YouTube? Bear 1000 here. I got to do this all again. I didn't have the mic on. I got to turn that mic on the new camera. It's got a shotgun mic on. Anyway, that being out of the way, the old Curtis lawnmower. If you guys seen the videos, a couple of you guys have asked me about it, and yes, it does still run. Sat out all summer. Wasn't covered up right. Shouldn't do that to the old thing, but had a little water in it. Got it running good. The muffler fell off, and so I didn't want to run it anymore. I didn't want to take a chance of burning the valve. I think it does have a head gasket leaking because of when you would shut it off, you'd hear a noise. And I thought it was spark plug, and it wasn't. Sometimes it'll leak around there, but that's what it sounds like. But anyway, I want to take this apart. This is my project for the winter. Down here, this is my makeshift shop here. It's in our basement. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this apart, and I'll get the handheld out, and I'll show you a little bit of what I'm going to do. I'm not going to bore you guys with taking every single bolt out. You know, I mean, it's boring. We know, okay, you got to take that bolt out. We understand that. You already told us. I know. I get it. I'm not going to do that. But I'll show you what I'm going to do. And we'll get this baby stripped down, probably pull the head off, and we'll take a look at that and see. I'm pretty sure the head gasket's messed up on it. I'm pretty sure that's where it was leaking at. It sounded like it to me. So let's go ahead and I'm going to shut you down now. We'll get the handheld out, and I'll give you an idea of what I'm going to do, and then we'll start from there. So Pooh Bear's upstairs, so I got our new camera down here, and it's remote control, so I'm just kind of trying it out. We used it on the Christmas video, so at the beginning. I really didn't like the quality in the picture, so I don't know what I'm doing. It is a DV, so it's a mini DV, so I understand the quality's not that great, but all in all, I'm liking the camera so far, because I like the thought of the shotgun mic, and I can run my wireless mics when we're outside and stuff, and it gets a little windy. That way you guys can hear me a little better, and you know, the zoom and the pause and whatnot. So anyway, we'll get back more about that later. So let's start in on this thing, and let's see what we're going to do. I know it needs like a blade and stuff before I start cutting for the summer, but winter time I can put the blade back on. I'll probably end up taking the whole engine off. I'm not sure yet. If I paint it, I'm going to have to. But let's go from there. Let's see what happens, and I'll get the handheld out, and I'll be right back with you, YouTube. Okay, YouTube, I'm back again. Now what I'm going to start doing is, there's a screw like right here, whoops, right there, and right there. There's a couple right here, and all around here there's a couple screws. And then once you get past them screws, or once you get them covers off, and that holds the gas tank there. Once you get them covers off, there's a couple like head bolts in the back of here, right underneath there's a couple head bolts, and there should be one on each side of this. That once I get this off there, I'll show you what we got to do to take the rest of that to get this top piece off the crank off here. So anyway, that's what we're going to do. I'm going to start with that. I may start with trying to tap that off. How you get that off is you get a chisel or something, and you tap this around, and that loosens that, that's like a jam nut, and then this should unscrew out. So we'll see how much problems I have with that. But anyway, that's what we're going to do now. So I'm going to go ahead and take that off, and we will go from this. Is my makeshift little shop here. Got my toolbox down here. There's our old furnace, and there's my music for my radio. There's our new furnace. That's it right there. It looks big, but that's all heating ducts. That is the furnace. One dude carried it down here by himself. And that's all farther it goes back. Right to there. So, anyway, there's our new camera. Right there. Show that to you. Damn, she's got that TV up, but I'm going to have to drown her out with my stereo. See, I've got the light that I usually have on the camera we're using right now. That's it right there. That's what I use on this camera, but for tonight I have it on here. And this is also night vision, which you don't need this light on it. It works pretty good, but with this light for the night vision, it's really something. And what I like about it is you can turn the night vision on without even stopping the video. So there's night vision, and then if I add the external light on, you see the difference it makes. So, and you can zoom here or automatic, whatever. So anyway, that's pretty cool. So, and there's our, it's called a shotgun mic. Anyway, you can't see it real well, but so. Alright, YouTube, back to this thing. This is what we're down here for. So I want to grab a cigarette, and we'll start taking these little screws out, find something to put them in, and we'll go from there. So that way I can get the carburetor off, I can get the head off, and we'll get a muffler on it. I do have a new muffler, so hope it's the right one. I think it's 1/2 inch. So that's the style that was on it. So it looks to be about right, I'm guessing. So, alright, we'll go from there. Alright, YouTube, I'll be back with you here in a second. Okay, YouTube, I'm back. As you can see, there's the covers we took off. That's the front cover. That's the back one right underneath the gas tank and the side. You get the idea. See, there's a bolt right here, a bolt right here, and I don't know if you can see this. I don't have the light on here. Probably not. I get my homemade turbo light here. And there's 3 bolts there. The one on the left and the one on the right. And this whole top will come off as a unit. So we're going to get them out. And then we're going to go from there. So just to let you know what's shaking here. This thing's loud. This is an old ceramic electric heater. There's no heat in this basement. Starting to rattle. It's been knocked over several times, but it used to have a heater coming out right over there. I think that's what that went to. I wasn't down here when they unhooked everything, but it did have heat down here, but it's just a little chilly. It's probably about 62 in here, so that thing will be alright for me. But anyway, back to this thing. That's what we're going to do. We're going to take him, sorry it's so dark down here, but we're going to take those screws out of there, or those bolts out, and then we'll go from there. And then also, while I'm thinking about it, so I don't bore you, the rest of these bolts, that bolt and these ones all the way around here, those are the head bolts. So we're going to go ahead and take them out too, probably, and let's check the head and the cylinder and all that, and see what's happening. I'm guessing the head gasket's leaking. I don't see, it could be leaking on the bottom, but I know I heard it somewhere. Looks like maybe right up in there, maybe the culprit. I don't know, but we'll see. Let's get the top off here. Let's get this thing apart and check it out and see what we can do from there. Okay? I'll be right back with you, YouTube. Okay, YouTube. I'm back. Now, let me see if I can get this light to show you what I'm looking at here. Now, as I suspected, you can see how clean that gasket is around there. Here's the head. There's the head. Okay. A little bit of gasket problems there. But as you can see, stayed on here, except for right there. Right there now. It looks to me like this is the way it goes. So it looks to me like right down here, right, shit, sorry guys. Okay. Right here, if you can see that, that's burnt. It's real smooth. You don't see like you see up here on this. But what you can see is it's very, very smooth. Sorry about the lighting. And right there, now of course it does not go all the way around here, but right there, as you should be able to see that right there, is where the gasket was leaking down towards the bottom. If you look down there, how black that is, see how up through here it's orange, kind of clean. Well, I mean it's dirty, but it's orange. It's orange. You get down there at that bottom, right there on that corner, it's really black. Right there, it's really black. So that's where I was leaking. That's where I was hearing that noise. Now I did get the muffler out, or what was left of it. Now, can you guys see that? See that little mistake there? Awesome, huh? We should never ever want to do that, but I didn't have a torch to heat it, so. But here's what happened. Wait, get you up here. See that? That broke off. So, right there's where it goes. Now, it's really not that big of a deal, but I hate that that happened to this old of an engine. But, you know, even professionals have bad days, and I've got a bad day. Now, I can fix that because there are inside there more threads. And they go all the way up in there to the valve. It's threaded all the way up, so I can clean them up and get this to go in there. Now I might be able to get that other piece off there since it's broke. I'm going to let it soak longer. I should just let it soak overnight, and I should be able to JB weld that. And once I do and get that cleaned up, this will screw in even farther. See, that's really all the farther it was screwed in. But oops, sorry. Let's see. But as you can see, there's more. Trying to do this left-handed here. There we go. Well, let me do this with my right hand. There we go, right there. As you can see, it'll screw in, and once I clean it up, it'll even go in a little farther. I don't have to worry about it hitting that exhaust valve. But also, these valves here are looking a little rough. There's some carbon on that one. Shit, sorry. I don't know if you can see it down in there. There's some carbon, but they do spin. So you should, anytime you have a valve, you should be able to turn that like that. Open up the other one, exhaust valve, and turn it, and they do turn. So what I think I can do, now I can also, if I take this plate off right here, take that plate off, I can take them valves off, release the springs and take them valves out. But I think what I'm going to do, these spin pretty easy. I think I'm going to go ahead and just reseat them. Well, not seat them. Lap the valves, valve lapping. Put some valve lapping compound around there, and I think I can turn that. I've got a good suction cup for valve lapping. I've never had a problem with before, so I think that's what I'm going to do with that, guys. But anyway, let's peel this off since it's no good. But I want to save it so I can get the right one. Yeah, most definitely it was leaking right there. So, or sorry, right there. It was leaking right down there. Just as I thought, it was a bad head gasket. Pretty cheap fix. So I'm peel the rest of it off the head, but the head doesn't look too bad, other than a little. I mean, you know, it's a little carbon up, but geez, things been. Let's check the cylinder. Let's see what we got cylinder wise. Not feeling any. Yeah, it looks looking pretty good. I don't see anything there. You can see where I done a little bit of scraping on it a minute ago, but let's turn it back now, look down a little farther, and there is no ridge right here, so I'm not going to have to hone that out. I have honed them with the piston still in them before, which that's what I was just going to do on this. It's not like I'm building a high performance race car in there. There's very little movements, and I think it's within specs. So that being said, I'm not going to worry about the cylinder. So that's what we're looking at right there. Here's the old carburetor, and I'm going to get into that maybe a little bit later or maybe tomorrow or something. Like I said, this is my project. Just take that bottom. I've had this bowl off here before and it looked pretty good, but last time I had it running, it ran all right, but it wasn't right. You know what I mean, YouTube? It just wasn't the way it used to run. But it sounds like the float may be stuck in it, but we're going to get to that here in a little bit too. So, but anyway, that's what we're looking at there. So it does need a good cleaning. I'll clean it all up, and hell, it probably hasn't. You know, there's a number on it right there. But I did have the bowl off the carburetor, and when I checked it out in the carburetor, there was a tag that said 1965. Not a tag, but it was printed, so that at least I know the carburetor is a 1965. There's a serial number on there of some sort, or model number C4. I'll have to do some checking on that. But anyway, YouTube, I'm not going to splice this or anything. I'm just going to go ahead. Oh, I wanted to explain something to you about this little thing here. This is how these used to work. This wire goes up into the points. Up under here's your points. Goes up into the points. Now if you touch this wire and metal while it's running, it will stop. It will stall. So what this does is it hooks onto here, and when you slide this, I don't know if you can see that, all the way back, it goes down to an idle. And then if you go back another, as you can see, if you go back right to that right there, see that touches that, and it grounds it out, and that's how you shut your mower off. Pretty neat, huh? So there you go. And also and this is your governor. What that does is has a little rod that comes over and hooks onto your carburetor that opens and closes, and it's spring loaded. Now as this thing revs up, the air blows that back, which makes it pulls your throttle closed, so it's down. Now as you needed, when this slows down, that spring, it'll pull that and open your throttle, so that way when you're bogging down in grass or something and it needs more power, that's how it does it. It opens it up, and then as you don't need it, when it revs up more, the air will blow it back and pull the throttle closed. That's how they work. Anyway, I'm gonna listen to a little bit of music and have me a sip of my favorite beverage. That's our thing from out of the car. Lost a piece, so I put it up here. Anyway, smoke a cigarette, and I'll be back with you. Hi, YouTube. That's part one of the Curtis lawnmower restoration, I guess. We're not going to do a full restoration. I'm not doing a complete rebuild on the engine, but we're just kind of keeping it going along, because I may take it to an antique power show or something, but I use this thing. I'm going to use it. I like it. I love it. Now, we have two other ones. One that Pooh Bear's ex-husband gave to us. He couldn't sell it or something. I don't know. Apparently he rebuilt the carburetor. Something wasn't right on it. But I got it running in like 10 minutes. I knew what was wrong with it. But that was nice. I mean, he told her daughter, Shy Bear, said, hey, you know, because my Pooh Bear asked, you know, our daughter said, what do you guys want for that mower? And she said, I think he's wanting $20 for it. So she asked him, and by the time she got home, you know, Shy Bear had already called Pooh Bear and said, Mom, Dad said if you guys want that mower, come get it. So the next day we went and got it. So that's a good running mower. It's a big mower. It's got like 6 horse Briggs on it. Then I bought another one. I had too many of these one night, and I bought this lawnmower for like $15 or something. I didn't see it. I kind of walked around the back, guys, like, there it is. It was dark. Couldn't see nothing, so I was like, I'll buy it. So the next day I went and get it, and the woman that was there told her boy to run around and get it, and he come pushing around. I didn't even want to look. I was like, oh, please don't be a piece of shit. Please don't be a piece of shit. And it wasn't. It needs tires. The tires are kind of shaky, but it's a Briggs & Stratton. Runs good. and I'll do a videotape on that maybe this spring what we got. But anyway, I use this one here. I love it, and Pooh Bear likes the other ones. They're a lot lighter and they're bigger. But anyway, that's the Clinton engine, 1965 Clinton engine on the 21-inch Curtis mower. So I'm thinking it's the original engine. I'm pretty sure it is. So it's probably a 1965. So I'm thinking about doing just, you know, one a week. Let's, you know, until it's done. Let's, you know, something like that. Let's go over it, maybe do some painting on it, something like that, get it running good. I'm not going to restore it. I'm not doing any internal work. You guys saw the cylinder looks fine, piston looks fine. There's no excessive wear in it. You guys heard it run, seen it run. It does not smoke a bit. So, but another thing, thinking about doing a video for those of you that might not know it or don't have the book. For the kids, I'm thinking about doing a video of reading "'Twas the Night Before Christmas," and then that way you guys could just play the video, and maybe they could enjoy that on Christmas Eve or something. So let me know in the comments down below, and we'll go from there. Thanks, guys. I appreciate everything. If Pooh Bear was down here, she's upstairs watching TV. She ate. She might be asleep already, but anyway, she would say Pooh Bear out, and I'm going to say Shea Bear, I'm gone. Thanks, guys. Have a good one. A little more light. Hey YouTube, Shea Bear 1000 here. I got to do this all again. I didn't have the mic on. I got to turn that mic on the new camera. It's got a shotgun mic. Check, 1, 2. Check. Son of a bitch. Okay. Take 2. Shea Bear, I'm gone. Thanks, guys. Have a good one.